Alright guys, this is my first interview and stuff for my phone. This is my house, big southern style porch. Marco is on the porch drinking coffee. Rocking the chairs, Marco, gotta show they rock. Southern style. Yeah, southern style rocking chairs. So, today is the second day of Gen Con week. Like I said again guys, this is all new to me. I am just kind of doing this for fun. So today we're going to interview Ufs Marco. He is an Atlanta player. He has played since set 2, right, Marco?
Yeah.
Played since set 2. So he is has a lot of top 8s. Top 8 at last year's Worlds. Lots of top 8s at regionals and stuff like that. So we're going to ask him a few questions. And yeah. So, Marco, how are you today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
All right. I'm doing great, man. So I'm going to start by asking you a few questions. My first question is, in your opinion, how was this year's Worlds meta and last year's Worlds meta? How is it different?
Well, you're going to see a lot of different decks. One thing I don't think you're going to see this year is any Mitsurugi. I think Mitsurugi is just faded into obscurity with the change in the meta. I don't think you can beat the top tier characters or the top tier decks. I also don't think you're going to see any Jin Kazamas this year. Jin, like Mitsurugi, he can't beat the top tier decks. He's too hit or miss and just loses to the top characters in the format. What's going to be different this year is I think you're going to see a lot more diverse top 8. What I mean by that is I wouldn't be surprised if top 8 had at least 4 or 5 6 hand size or less characters in it. And to be honest, I think a 6 hand size character will win Worlds this year.
Very bold statement. Very bold statement. So you top 8'd last year with Mitsurugi. You gave your opinion that you don't think he's a viable deck right now. Is that a shot to you, or how do you feel about that?
It's not so much a shot to me. It's just the guy didn't really get anything new from the new set, and there was a lot of stuff that came out that hurt him. Good got immensely better. Good wall is still very good. There's just more ways to defend against Mitsurugi. He's a deck that's got to go off turn 2 or 3, and there's so many big life characters in the format now, like Vespera and Alice, and I don't think he can just go off turn 2 or 3 on them. He has to set up more, and if he plays that sort of game, Vespera or Alice will beat him every time.
Sure. Okay. Some of, in your opinion, the power cards of this meta.
Power cards of this meta... Zing. Zing is definitely a power card. If you have the symbols for Zing, you can run it in a deck. I suggest you do. It's a great throw that's almost guaranteed to be 7 damage after you use its enhance. It's great in any deck that can play it. Just a solid card. Other power cards, Righteousness. I think a lot of people... I haven't seen a lot of Righteousness in our meta. I'm the only guy that really plays good here right now, but... Righteousness, definitely a solid card. Anything that gives you +3 on Foundation Advantage is always good. So there's that. Another power card is Omniel. And I know he's hard to get out. I know everybody's like, oh, don't worry about Angels. But Omniel is... He's going to shake up World, and he's going to piss a lot of people off when he gets into play.
Yep. So, top 3 decks in the format.
Top 3 decks in the format. Do you want me to list a symbol on them, or you just want to list a character?
Your choice. If it's something very specific, a symbol, then go ahead and list that.
I'm going to say Slice Kicks is definitely one of the top decks in the format. It's still good. Slice Kicks Mike Lowe, Slice Kicks Truong are both really good. Good Wall is still really solid. Amy is still very, very strong, as is King. And if you want to play Skullman off of Good, that's smart too. Last deck, I'm going to say it's a tie between Vespera and Alice. Any deck that can just disrupt the tempo of the game as much as those two can is definitely something to worry about. And, I mean, they got so much life, it's just hard to deal with stuff like that, especially with Alice. I mean, on your kill turn, she knows your attack base, she's going to name those big attacks, and you're going to be paying life just to try to swing into her.
Yep. What are you playing at this year's Worlds and why?
I am playing Vincent Gray. Playing a different version than I played for the Atlanta PTC. I got top 8 with him. I actually won Swiss with Vincent Gray at the Atlanta PTC. I think he's a very strong character. I think check hacks are always, always, always strong in any format. And he's got that printed on his character along with a damage pump. I think check hacks and a damage pump in the same deck is really, really solid. And I'm expecting to top 8 with him, if not top 4, make it to the finals.
Awesome, awesome. If you could make one change to this meta, what would it be?
I'd cut Good's power level. Good wall is just so solid. It's so consistent. If it's given the time to set up, it's very hard to get around what Good can get on the board. I think I would probably take out Curse Blood from the meta. Curse Blood is just with so many big life characters in the format, and especially ones that can play Curse Bloods in their deck, like Vespera, like Skullman, like King. I mean, it's just it allows them a piece that can give them +1 on setup and more foundation advantage. It's just a very solid card, and
Sure.
Probably shouldn't be in the format. I hope it's gone after Worlds.
Okay. So your opinion, Good is very, very powerful. Most of the cards you listed had Good on them.
Yes, Good. I don't want to say it's the best symbol in the format because I don't feel like naming a best symbol in the format. But if in the top 3, Good is up there. It's in the top 3 symbols in the format.
Sure. I think a lot of people would agree with you there. Finally, Marco, any shout-outs? Show some love to your folks.
Shout-outs to Matt Turner, who is filming this right now. Shout-outs to Thomas Gordon. I know it was his birthday recently, so shout-outs to him. Love that guy.
T. Gord.
Shout-outs to Drew Maffei, who just welcomed his first child into the world. Congratulations, Drew. You're going to make a great dad. Shout-outs to all of Team Atlanta. I can't wait to see you guys up at Worlds. I know we're all taking different cars, but I know we're all going to the same place, so I'm excited for that. And I don't know if you would call this a shout-out more as a throwing down the gauntlet, but Matt Coles, if you're playing this year, I want my rematch.
Ooh.
I want my rematch from top 8 last year. I want to have a crack at you.
Oh, calling out Coles, a multi-time champion. Very bold by Ufs Marco. Well, Marco, we appreciate the interview. You're a great player with a great deck, and that's one reason I chose to interview you. We appreciate you giving me and the UFS community some insight on this meta. And thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.